garden is quiet now. The wind that once carried laughter now moves through broken leaves. Footsteps echo where innocence used to live. The serpent is silent, the fruit is gone. The world has changed, and humanity stands in the shadow of its first fall. But heaven is not silent. Even here, a promise begins. Then the Lord God said to the serpent,
Genesis 3:15.
From the dust of the fall, from the wound of the night, God spoke a promise of coming light. The serpent may strike, but the story was sealed. One would rise and crush the heel. The war had begun, but the ending was known. A king would come to reclaim the throne.
you stand at the edge of Eden. The trees that once sang with life now whisper in mourning. Adam's hands tremble, Eve's eyes carry the weight of what cannot be undone. The serpent coils quietly in the grass, victory flickers in its eyes. Humanity is falling, the garden is broken, death has entered the world. But then God speaks, not to Adam, not to Eve, to the serpent. The ground itself seems to listen, leaves stop moving. Even the wind holds its breath, and the Lord declares a sentence that echoes across eternity. Not just judgment, prophecy, a war that will stretch across centuries. A promise hidden inside the curse, a whisper of redemption planted in the soil of failure. The serpent will strike, the seed will bleed, but the head of evil will be crushed. Long before a cross stands on a hill, long before a tomb is open, the victory is spoken here in the broken silence of Eden.
From the dust of the fall, from the wound of the night, God spoke a promise of coming light. The serpent may strike, but the story was sealed. One would rise and crush the heel. The war had begun, but the ending was known. A king would come to reclaim the throne.
This was the first whisper of redemption in history. Before prophets, before kings, before the law, God already revealed a plan. The enemy thought the garden was the end, but heaven had already written the answer. The seed of the woman, not an army, not a kingdom, one man. Born into the broken world the serpent helped create. He will walk the dust of Adam, he will carry the pain of every generation. He would face the enemy, not in the garden of perfection, but on a hill of execution. The serpent would strike nails and flesh, blood on wood, a crown of thorns pressed into the brow of the king. For a moment it would look like victory for darkness. The hill would be wounded, but 3 days later the grave would shake and the head of the serpent would begin to crack beneath the weight of resurrection. What began in Eden would explode in glory outside an empty tomb. The promise was never in danger. God spoke it, and heaven never breaks its word.
And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Genesis 3:15.
The first prophecy, the first war, the first promise.
From Eden to Calvary the battle was drawn. The serpent struck hard, but the victory dawned. Through prophets and kings, through blood and through flame, the promise kept burning, the hope of his name. Through centuries walking, through exile and chains, through temples and empires, through sorrows and pains, the seed of the woman was coming to stand and crush ancient evil with scarred holy hands. The enemy trembled, the mortals were blind. The promise of Eden still echoing time for every dark kingdom and throne.
spoken in a broken garden. And the serpent has been afraid of it ever since.